Welcome to Aspen Yoga. My name is Stacy. Today's chair yoga session, we are going to work on stretching and strengthening. So it's going to be a whole total body stretch and strengthen class. Optional props. So you can do this class without any props. If you want to get a little bit more strength out of it, props. Light dumbbells. These are 3 pounds. If you don't have dumbbells, grab a can of soup. A can of vegetables weighs about 1 pound. So if you don't have dumbbells, grab some of those and that would work perfectly. Another option is ankle weights. So while we are going to use some ankle weights seated, I never want you to walk around with ankle weights thinking that's going to strengthen your legs. It's hard on our joints. So ankle weights seated or standing, but not walking around. And we're going to use them seated today. And then we're going to go ahead and grab a blanket. So if you don't have the ankle weights, no worries. But if you don't have the dumbbells, grab some soup or some veggies, preferably the same so they're of equal weight, and grab a blanket. For our chair, definitely no wheels, preferably no arms. So go ahead and gather everything that you have, all your props. Meet me back on the mat for chair yoga, strength and stretch. Welcome back. I'm going to go ahead just for ease and I'm going to put my ankle weights on. So if you have some ankle weights, go ahead and put those on. These are 1 pound ankle weights. And for these 1 pound ankle weights, they just Velcro on nice and easy. Find these on Amazon. You can also find some that you can add different weight to. And so you can go up to 10 pounds on some of them. All right, so those are going to be there when I am ready. Go ahead and have your dumbbells handy. Let's move your blanket just out a little bit behind you because we're going to do some work in front. Making sure that my ankle weights are a little bit tighter. There we go. Sitting tall, we're going to start in mountain pose. So feet are firmly planted onto the floor. We are away from the back of the chair. We're going to turn our palms up. And let's just start centering ourselves with some breathing. So as you sit here and breathe, I want you to think about your hips, your knees being in line with your chair, your ankles being in line with your knees, your big toe through your baby toe being in touch with the floor, your shoulders lined up underneath your ears, your spine is tall. Your back is away from the back of the chair. You are sitting tall. And as you inhale, fill your abdomen and your chest. Exhale, shoulders relax. Inhaling. Exhaling. Arms coming out to the side with the palms down. I want you to shift to one side. Pull it up. And as I'm shifting, this opposite hip stays on the floor. It stays on the chair. So it's on our surface. Go ahead, shift and up, shift and up. One more each side, and then we're going to do a cat and cow, but we're going to include our arms. Good, come back to the center. So sitting, let's do a couple of cows, cat and cows with our hands on our knees. So I want you to round your back for cat. Look up, sway in the back for cow. Cat and cow. Now take the arms into it. Cat, round the back, bring those hands in front. Cow, open the chest. Cat, round the back. And cow. Good, 2 more. Cat and cow. Last one, cat and cow. Good, bring those hands back. Let's come a little bit farther on our chair. We're still sitting about in the center of our chair, but this way our legs have a bit more mobility. I want you just to walk your heels out and walk them in. So have that extra weight, and if you don't, like I said, that is absolutely fine. This time when we go out, we're going to just raise those heels up. Good, come back in. This time as you go out, we're going to raise the toes. Good. And come back in. Nice. Let's go ahead and grab our dumbbells or your soup cans or your veggie cans. Sitting tall. Arms are down at your side. Alternating dumbbell curls. So you're just going to curl up and down. My elbows are tucked into my sides. So I'm not, little side view here, I'm not letting this come out. I'm just nice and tucked it in. So I really isolate my bicep. We're going for time here. So we have about 15 more seconds. Good. Remember to breathe out on the work. So we exhale when we do the work, inhale as we come down. Good. Last one. And down. Good. Now, if you don't have ankle weights, you can use your weight on the top of your leg. Okay? Now, so we're going to do, let's put one weight down. We're going to do straight leg raises. So we're back into the middle of our chair. Our leg is out straight, so adjust yourself as you need to. You can rest your can or your dumbbell, and we're just going to do straight leg raises. So we're going to lift and down. So it's the same thing as if I had just the ankle weights on. Good. Side view here. Up and down. Stay tall so I'm not letting myself cave, but I'm also not on the back of my chair. Two more. 1 and 2. And down. Good. Switch sides. Same thing on the other side. Lift up and down. Up. Now, if you have your can of soup, it's sitting here. You're just holding it. You're not pressing against it. But you should feel the work through your quad and your hip flexors. Maybe your abs. You are almost done. Last time. And down. Oh, good job. All right, so take one dumbbell at a time. And we're going to do some kickbacks. So let's turn sideways on our chairs. Let's all do this together. I want you to bring your opposite hand across your thighs. Elbow is tucked in, and we're just going to kick back and down. Working our triceps, so the back of the arms. Back, down. Good, one more. Good. We're going to switch sides. So turn around, place that arm across your leg, lean forward, kick back, back, and down. Good. Good. You have just a couple more. 1 and 2. And up. Good. Let's go ahead and come back to the center. Now this one, if you don't have ankle weights, it's fine. We don't have an alternative with the cans or the dumbbells. Sitting tall, side view here, you're going to just do a curl and back. So you're just going to curl and back. And if you can't tap your toe underneath your chair, just turn sideways like this. Okay? If you can tap your toe under your chair, go ahead and do that. Working our hamstrings, the back of the leg. So you can see there is a a theme here, shall we say. We work the front and then the back. 2 more. 1 and 2. Switch sides. Good. Just toes go back. Good. Two more here. 1 and 2. And good. Good. Let's go ahead and grab your dumbbell soup cans. We are going to do what is called an upright row. So sitting upright, we're just going to bring our dumbbells up and down, up and down. Now you can see I want my elbows to be high. So I'm lifting and down, lift, down. Good. Remember, we exhale on the work, so exhale and inhale. Good. 2 more here. 1 and 2 and down. Good. Shake out those shoulders a little bit. We're coming up to the stretch part. You can do some calf raises. So again, if you don't have ankle weights, we're going to just go up and down on the toes. So you can just let those weights rest, let those soup cans rest upon your knees. You can even do it if you have ankle weights, just for a little extra. Good. Let's do 2 more. 1 and 2. Okay, good job. Put the weights away. So weights away, I'm going to take these off, putting everything away, and we are going to get into stretching. So let's really take everything away from strength and focus on stretching. So sitting tall, we're going to do some deep breath hugs. So inhale, open. Exhale, notice which arm comes on top. Give yourself a hug. Tuck the chin into your chest. Inhale, open. We're going to switch lead arms. So whichever arm was on top now comes to the bottom. And tuck the chin. So we're getting a nice upper body stretch. We're getting some range of motion through our arms. We're going to do 1 more each side. So we're keeping that alternating high arm. And open. And again, cross and open. Good. Bring those hands down. Coming back to the knees, hamstring stretch. So what we're going to do is I want you to sit towards the middle edge of your chair. You're going to plant that heel. Hands on the bent knee, lean forward at the waist. Get a nice stretch in the back of this leg. If you want to come to your elbows, absolutely. Always be sure that you are comfortable on the chair, that you are not too far on the edge of the chair, that the chair does not become unstable. Good, let's come up, switch sides, plant the heel. And when I plant the heel, my toes come up. So that's the way when my toes, let me give you a side view. When my toes are towards me, that activates everything on the back side. So that's why I want to keep those toes up versus letting saggy toes. Okay, so keep those toes up, activates the calves through the hamstrings, gives us a nice stretch. Good. Go ahead and come up. Figure 4. So cross your ankle over your thigh, hand on the knee, hand on the ankle, hinge forward at the waist. Oh, this is such a good stretch for your piriformis. If you have sciatica pain, this is a good deep hip stretch. So since it's so good, we're going to hang out here for about 15 more seconds. If you want, you can cross those arms. Almost done, y'all. Just get a nice stretch. Sometimes the longer, good, go ahead and come up. The longer we stay in a stretch, it gives our body a chance to shut off that stretch reflex. So when we first start stretching, our body's like, oh gosh, no, wait a minute. And then the longer we stay in the stretch, the longer we breathe through the stretch, our body's like, oh, okay. And it becomes more comfortable. If it doesn't become more comfortable, maybe we need to back off the stretch in general. Just a little bit longer here. Nice. Go ahead and come up. Good job. Let's take our blanket now. And I have my blanket folded in just a rectangle. You can have it folded however you like. And I just want you to put your feet on the blanket. When you sit in a chair, depending on the size of your chair, sometimes it is nice to pick the feet up. And when we pick those feet up, we take, look here, I'm the angle of my knees to my hips. And when I pick my feet up on my blanket, my knees are a little bit higher than my hips, which can make it a little bit more comfortable on the hips, on the back. I always know keeping my feet elevated or keeping my feet up when I'm sitting in a straight chair is always a little bit more comfortable. So I want you to stay grounded with your feet on that blanket. Let's do some shoulder circles here to finish up, and we will finish with just some seated meditation. Good, and the other direction. And back to the center. Shrugs and release. Shrugs, release. One more time. Shrugs and release. Good. Now I want you to settle into the back of your chair. And so that also helps, depending on our chair, that when we do utilize the back of the chair, we have our feet on our blanket, makes it a little bit more comfortable. Our palms are facing up to the ceiling, and that sometimes prevents us from having tension by touching our thighs. So we have that palms up, allows our shoulders to relax. Now you can close your eyes or you can keep your eyes open. And let's just finish with some breath and some relaxation. So as you inhale here and exhale, inhale, filling your abdomen and your chest. Exhale, your shoulders relax. Inhaling here and exhale. I want you to allow your mind to wander. And as you sit here in comfort, release any tension from your body. Always with an exhale is a good opportunity to release tension away. Taking some time here with your thoughts, allowing your mind to wander. If any thoughts sneak in, acknowledge those thoughts, send them up to the clouds, and allow them to float away. Focusing on your breath, feeling your feet grounded into your blanket. Your palms are comfortable on your thighs. Taking some time for your mind to wander. As you inhale here, As you exhale, fluttering your eyes open if they were closed, just wiggling your fingers and your toes, coming back to this space. Let's inhale together. You can bring your hands, palms down, and exhale. One more time, inhaling and exhaling. Again, my name is Stacy with Aspen Yoga. Thank you for joining me today for Chair Yoga, a stretch and strength class. Remember to check out our library of beginning yoga, chair yoga, yoga bites. Remember to subscribe and like, and I will see you again next time.